Michael B. the Game Genie is here. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Kev Grant.
You know what? Since you're here, it's kind of like the game room dudes, right?
Yep.
Let's roll with this countdown clock.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
Take your shirt off, Mike. Take your shirt off. It's me, it's Michael B. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Sorry, I didn't have time to get my shirt off. He gave me a heads up to take my shirt off during the countdown, but just didn't have time.
What's going on? Mitch, Adam, Robo, Brad. We got all the usual suspects in the chat. Kev Grad's here. Let the belly hit the floor. Let the belly hit the floor. Oh, man, that'd be hilarious. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. We are live on location. I am here in my hotel room in the beautiful state of Tennessee, and I am still thirsty. Tennessee. And it's been a very interesting day, Mike. So I fly out here thinking that my mom was going to have her little heart procedure today, and it's been pushed off until tomorrow. So looks like it might happen tomorrow, and hopefully it won't get pushed off any further than that. You know how these hospitals are, right? You know, they're closely monitoring folks, and if they see something they don't like, they're like, hold on, we can't do it yet. We can't do it yet. Some of her numbers weren't looking good. She's stable. She's okay. But, you know, there's really, I mean, sitting in the hospital for 8 hours, just, you know, and then also I had to go to her house. I had to clean up her house a bit. It's been a crazy day. So I figured, you know what? I need some dude time. You know, and that way we can kind of unwind and get away from all this stuff, because it's very stressful. Thanks so much, guys, for all the kind words about my mom. I got to tell you, Mike, I was very surprised, because usually it's not stuff that I would share on YouTube. But after I told people, I'm like, yeah, my mom's in the hospital. I'll be gone, whatever. I can't believe the amount of Facebook messages I got, as well as emails to PDubsArcadeLoft@gmail.com, Facebook messages, as well as comments on YouTube videos from folks. And to know that, like, here, Al, we're here for you, bro. Like, we're all one family. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, you know, if any of these viewers had family stuff going on, we would be there for them, wouldn't we, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, the community is a strong one, PDubs, because Michael B. the Game Genie is the glue that holds the community together. He's everywhere.
It is strange, because, I mean, like, we're probably never going to meet some of these people ever in life, but, you know, you consider them friends. You spend so much time with them, just talking, chatting back and forth. And it's almost cathartic sometimes to share with them something like that, and to kind of get that feedback from them that really resonates with you. You know what I mean? It makes you feel connected.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these guys are awesome. We love these guys. And we really do hope we get to meet everyone in person, you know, at a convention or
at Chili's, whatever.
At Chili's with a fine steak dinner.
Reasonably priced.
And we are rocking hotel Wi-Fi. Hopefully the hotel Wi-Fi can handle the power of retro gaming. We'll see, man. We'll see how this goes.
I was going to say, man, you're looking clear. Like, I don't know what's going on. Usually hotel Wi-Fi looks terrible, but you look fantastic, man. Tennessee, you're the only 10 I see.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. So I wanted to catch up on a couple of things, and then we're going to dive into iiRcade. So what's interesting is, so today, after sitting with my mom and then taking care of stuff and realizing that, mom's stable, nothing's going to happen until tomorrow. And I had to run errands. I had to pick up cleaning supplies at the Walmart because I had to clean her house while she's in the hospital. I mean, who wouldn't do that, right? For their mom, right? Clean their house while they're in the hospital. So I go to pick up cleaning supplies, and I walk through this Walmart in Podunk, Tennessee, where I'm at. And wouldn't you know it, man, the toy aisles completely full, action figures everywhere to be seen. You know how there's like action figure shortages, like in every Walmart out there? Like the Walmarts in Arizona, guys, you walk down the action figure aisle, nothing. Good luck finding something. Here, everything's full. Go to the electronics section. They got arcade one-ups everywhere because no one's buying this stuff. And it was hilarious. So I was able to pick up, guys, just real quick. And luckily, I have enough room in my carry-on to take these home. I did get my Ghostbusters Slimer. So I got my Ghostbusters Slimer.
Whoa. You're not allowed to say that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, the Green Ghost, right? The Green Ghost. I don't know why they can't use this name. There must be some kind of legality or something, right? So I got my Slimer and I got my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I couldn't find these in Arizona, and they had like 10 of these on the racks, like 10 each, right? And then of course to make Mike jealous, I of course got Evil Lynn as well. Sorry, Mike, I got Evil Lynn. Now she was the last one of these, but they had plenty of the other guys that I saw. Not Slimer, it's pronounced Slurpee. Thanks so much, Raidwater Games. So that was pretty cool.
It's very weird. Like we just got, I shared on my Instagram social media there the last little while. We had a huge Masters of the Universe display at our Walmarts here recently, and we got tons of figures. Problem is, they're all of the last wave that came out. So Merman, She-Ra, Zodak, and Roboto. But that's it. There's no He-Man, no Skeletor, nothing. It's just those.
So, guys, some of the stuff we wanted to talk about is, and this is actually kind of fun because on my I Hate Monday show, we predominantly talked AtGames. I wanted to have an AtGames show. Usually on the Super Game Room dudes, we try to cover everybody on our actual podcast show, right? So, unfortunately, we have to spend, 10, 15 minutes on each company, then move on to the next one. But usually there could be more to say about each company, right? So, on my I Hate Monday show, I took the time to talk about AtGames. Had a really good show. I thought it went really well talking about all that stuff with folks. And tonight we're going to talk a bit about iiRcade. So for instance, if you guys don't know, iiRcade has their own YouTube channel as well as corporate Facebook page. And if you guys take a look at their YouTube channel, they scheduled their live stream for tomorrow, their typical Friday live stream. And the title of the live stream is RetroMania Has Arrived, with a big RetroMania thumbnail. And it's confirmed, Mike, tomorrow is launch day. RetroMania Wrestling coming to the store tomorrow. Make sure you guys wait until tomorrow until they say the detonator's been pushed before you download the game. Some folks picked up their RetroMania cabinets, and there's a code that came with their RetroMania cabinets for them to access and download the game free of charge because that's part of your purchase. But the official build, the build you want, the one that's not being beta tested, isn't going to be released until tomorrow. So make sure you guys check it out. Now, of course, Mike and I and some other guys were beta testing this game. Obviously, we can't share any footage with you guys or screenshots. And really, there's not much more we can reveal. The only reason we're talking about it is because Jong let the cat out of the bag, right? And if he lets the cat out of the bag, it then becomes fair game, right?
Yeah.
So Jong let everyone know RetroMania has arrived tomorrow with the title of his YouTube thumbnail. But here's what I can tell you guys is what I like about the iiRcade version, the version that I beta tested, is I love the viewing angle on this game compared to playing this game on Steam as well as on Nintendo Switch, right? And I think what we can't say without ruining it is we can confirm what, and I believe Jong said this, and same with Mike at Retrosoft Studios, is for the iiRcade version, they wanted the camera zoomed in closer on the characters, not so far back, right? So all the characters and everything looks so much bigger on the arcade version. And they weren't kidding, guys. That's what it looks like. And you guys are going to love it. In my opinion, guys, and this is my honest opinion, I'm not being a shill, is this version does look the best versus the Steam version as well as the Switch version, which I also own. So I think you guys are going to love the way the game looks. And then, of course, they have the leaderboards and stuff like that, which is exclusive to iiRcade. Howard says it's the perfect view. Yes, it is. So you remember how when we would play WrestleFest, Mike? I remember how large and in life those characters looked because the camera was so zoomed in. That gives you a great example, guys, of what it's going to look like on the iiRcade tomorrow. Is that it's gonna be big, like the characters are in your face. You're not like so far back. Like, and what's funny too, Mike, is when I was beta testing it, I would play it on there, then I would go turn on Steam, and it's like all of a sudden it's like wearing glasses, right? The game is right here, right? And then I go turn on the Steam version, and the game is way back here. You know what I mean? So you guys are really gonna like it. So let's hear. No leaderboards weren't active yet during the beta. How buggy was the beta? Well, what I can tell you is there were only a few nominal issues that were discovered, and it sounds like they fixed those. So very excited for Jong. This is one of the biggest games that'll be on the platform. How many people are going to buy this game? Guys, if you have an iiRcade in the live chat, are you going to buy RetroMania Wrestling? Let me know. Throw it in the live chat. Mike, I know we just have the beta version. We don't have the final version ourselves either. So we're going to have to buy that as well because we're not going to want to play the beta. We want to play the final version, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So, Mike, what are you thinking? You thinking everyone's going to like it?
I think so. From what I've experienced, you guys are going to be happy with it. If you like wrestling, this is going to scratch that itch for you on the iiRcade.
Now, this is the funny one. Brad, thanks so much for the support. He says he's excited to see Super Game Room dudes in the game because we do have a cameo in the game in the what is that? The Too Many Games Arena.
Too Many Games Arena, yeah.
But because this camera view is so zoomed in compared to the other versions, the only way to see us is to get out of the ring and head down and get over to that spot, right? It's not like we have a prime position. I'm actually jealous of our good friends at the Retro Buzz.
Yeah.
The Retro Buzz, those guys at the top of the screen, kind of just off centered, they're in the camera shots like the entire game on those levels. So they got the best position. You know what I mean? Here I was like, we got a booth. We're not in the crowd. We got a booth. And you can't see the booth, right? Unless you actually go over there. So all that stuff.
But we're right next to Pixel Game Squad, Ricky, Aaron, or what does he go by now? Riff, and my buddy Nest Complex. So yeah, we're in some pretty good company too.
You guys are like an Easter egg. That's kind of funny. It's really cool I never thought we would be in a game. You know what I mean? So it was really cool that happened. So I guess people like our podcast show. So it's doing pretty well, guys. Hopefully you guys have subscribed to the new Super Game Room Dudes YouTube channel so you don't miss any episodes. Rainwater Set Games. I cannot confirm or deny whether it's possible to hit PDubs with the chair in the game. Tango's here as well. Thanks so much, Tango, for the shout out. So without revealing too much and getting ourselves into too much trouble, Jong did confirm, so it's open season, that tomorrow's the big day, guys. RetroMania Wrestling has arrived, and I can't wait to see people taking screenshots, flying elbows off the top rope, right? Just hit your player 1, player 2 start button, and boom, it takes a screenshot.
Yeah.
I want to see people posting their gameplay and all that stuff. And of course, the leaderboards are going to be a lot of fun too, for everyone else. Which one?
Derek Smith.
Yeah, burger porn. That's hilarious. PDubs has his old glasses in the game. Thanks. Yeah, I do. Not the new glasses, not the new hotness.
He probably misses his old glasses.
I kind of do sometimes. Well, because they put so much of that. I paid big money to have all the special things put on. And look, no matter where I go, I got that blue reflection because it's reflecting the light off the lenses. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out my lighting and how to sit in my chair when I get back home so people aren't seeing my monitor and my reflection. and all that stuff. Okay, so for the live stream tomorrow, the live stream obviously is going to be a big event. You guys don't want to miss it. Now, is PDubs going to be there? No, obviously I'm here in Tennessee, right? Is Macho Dubs going to be there? No, that's not going to happen. But I do have a strong feeling that Jong will have some guest stars, and guest stars worthy of tuning into this special for. I mean, think about it, guys. The last time they had a big RetroMania show, what happened, Mike? Who showed up?
A gentleman who I believe actually lives in Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to have to drive like this, right?
Oh, no. We're not going to meet in public.
Yeah. We're never going to be in the public.
You're going to see him at Applebee's tomorrow.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nick Aldis was on the show, guys, the last time, right? So knowing that, knowing the caliber of guest stars Jong had on the last one, I would expect the same if I was a casual viewer. You know what I mean? This is a big show, and these guys are going to have a lot of fun. So who knows who they're going to have on? Hopefully it's going to be super exciting guest stars. Also, iiRcade is doing this party in Los Angeles. Now, I did confirm with Jong. Jong will not be at the party, but you remember Michael? Michael and I Fix Things? Yeah. Michael and the team will be there. Jong, unfortunately, won't be at the party in LA, which is a shame. But that looks like a fun event. If you had your passport, Mike, would you be going over there?
Well, I got my passport. I just don't think we can travel to the country right now.
Yeah, that would be. You're not allowed to, really?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. Yeah, the border is still closed.
Jong is going to bring it like a flying elbow drop from the top rope. Sorry, never count out Darkwing Gun. No, guys, seriously, like I'm doing this because I needed a break from all the stuff going on in the personal life. Needed a break tonight, and you guys are definitely cheering me up. Same with Michael B. Mike Caputo's MCAP says, I hope iiRcade gets the DLC first. I hope so too, man. Yeah, because there's 2 additional wrestlers coming that we know of.
Well, I'm gonna drop a bomb for you guys right now. So there is a 3rd additional wrestler. It's gonna be exclusive to iiRcade. It's gonna be releasing tomorrow. It's Psycho Sid with the broken leg from that pay-per-view event. So you're gonna see Psycho Sid with his leg turned sideways in the boot.
That's horrible. I've watched that. I've watched that on like a YouTube replay so many times, and
yeah, whenever I want to make my wife throw up, I send it to her.
Yeah. So let's kind of recap the events of E3. So here's all the big important things that are going to be happening the week of E3. So we do know that during the week of E3, Michael B will be live streaming 12 hours a day. The cat is going to be dropping anchors left and right.
Yeah.
In the office. Mike is going to be happy one minute, really upset the next once it hits the nostrils, right? It's going to be hilarious. Hey, Mike, it's better we move the jokes over to the cat now instead of the dog, right? You know? That's
true. Yeah.
You said you did. Yeah, because the dog, all dogs go to heaven, right? So, but also on top of that, guys, so here's what we know. We know that MVSX, the folks over there at Unico, plan on making some announcements the week of E3. Now, are they actually participating in the official E3 or making their own announcements? From what I can tell, from what research and digging I've done, it sounds like they're making their own announcements. Like it's not going to be their part of like the E3 show. You know what I mean? So yeah. I would expect on their official social media forums, they'll make announcements however they seem fit.
They're going to be in the lobby of the hotel doing a pirate stream for E3.
And then when it comes to when it comes to Arcade 1-Up, Arcade 1-Up is obviously actually participating in the official E3, so it sounds like they'll have a designated time where they'll be on the E3 live stream. Are you in trouble?
No, my wife is coming in to feed the cats. Do you remember that night I did that stream where I fell asleep and the cat accidentally turned the camera on and my wife came in and fed the cats in the middle of the night? She was like, "Hello, kittens."
Yeah, that's hilarious. Hi, Mrs. Jeannie. How are you?
Oh, thank you. Say hello to everybody, buddy. Here.
Hello, everybody.
Come down so they can see you in the camera, pretty lady.
Hello.
The cats are here.
Cats are here.
Man, we always run these professional live streams. You're now the Detroit love of this show.
Hold on, let me turn on my furnace.
And then where were we? Okay, so we know what MVSX is up to, or we suspect. When it comes to AtGames is not participating in any kind of official E3 type show. It sounds like the rumor we've heard is that AtGames might make at least one announcement during the week. That's the rumor we've heard. Is that I'm going to mute you, Mike? Is that AtGames might make one announcement during the week, and hopefully it'll be a cool announcement. We don't know what they're going to do, what they're going to say, or how they're going to announce it. Now, what I have noticed is AtGames is really pimping and pushing their YouTube channel, Mike. So you never know. Maybe they'll just release a YouTube video or just put something on their social media blasts on their Twitter and stuff. So hopefully AtGames will say something cool. So we know MVSX and AtGames might make announcements, but not part of the E3 show. That'll be the same week of E3, right? We know Arcade 1-Up is actually going to participate in the show. And I was talking with Jong, and Jong did confirm, guys, and we could start the hype train now, that during the week of E3, iiRcade also does not plan on staying quiet. And iiRcade does plan on making E3 2021 announcements. Now, Jong, of course, cut me off right there. You know what I mean? He's like, PDubs, you've been leaking too much information lately. Can't tell you anymore, right? But they are going to announce something. Now, it's probably something that's been in the works for a while, and it's got to be E3 worthy, right, Mike? So what would be, Jong has got RetroMania being released. He's announced partnerships with Taito and with Sega and Space Invaders and all these different games from Orange Pixel and who's the one that does
.emu,
right? So guys, what is E3 worthy that Jong is holding these announcements until E3? Start throwing it in the live chat, guys. Dylan says iiRacing, maybe Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, Alyssa Milano's side art. This is a good one, bringing on Capcom. I do think that during the week of E3, that would be a good week to announce, like, hey, we've signed with, not only do we have Sega and Taito and Data East, but we also have now Capcom or Konami or whoever, right? So I think that would be a good one. A new publisher or new partnership would be a good one. Gauntlet Dark Legacy, that's actually a pretty cool game, but you really can't play it on an arcade machine because you do need the dual analog sticks. So I don't know how that's going to translate onto an arcade machine. I tried to play that via Steam on my AtGames Legends Ultimate, and you need both analog sticks, and you only have one with your Legends Ultimate. So I don't know how iiRcade. Well, then again, iiRcade uses what's that?
Dead Effect 2. They use the dual sticks for the. Yeah.
Maybe they'll do that if they're bringing that on board. Streets of Rage 4 would be E3 worthy. I agree.
Cuphead.
iiRacing. A lot of people love the iiRacing moniker that we started. Cuphead would be great. Shredder's Revenge. So it sounds to me like, what are some things that are E3 worthy, in my opinion, for iiRcade would be obviously a new product, a new form factor, right? So whether it's a racing cabinet, a handheld, an accessory. Go ahead.
So I got an email this morning.
Okay.
From an account set up as iiRcade Leaks.
Oh God!
And it said, "What if iiRcade was working with a publisher, and what if they were making something that nobody's seen before, and something that's only coming out from them?" What would you think about that?
Yeah, I know. What would you think about that? That's that same email we got from the Arcade 1-Up leaker. Hey guys, I'm an Arcade 1-Up leaker. What if I told you that Arcade 1-Up is creating a brand new game, and that's all I got. Have a great day. Yeah. Bye.
Well, I know we're not going to go in that direction, but I will say something to that email. A little while ago, they asked us to develop our own arcade art. And I mean, why would you want to see your own art on a dedicated arcade cabinet? It didn't make sense. But maybe they are developing their own games that they're going to throw in cabinets now. Who knows?
Mhm. So let's see. What could be E3 worthy? Obviously, a new product or a new form factor or accessory, right? So
Yeah.
whether they want to make a racing cabinet, whether they want to make a light gun cabinet, whether they want to make a console, whether they want to make a handheld device, all these things to me would be E3 worthy, right? Obviously, a huge licensing partnership, like if they brought in Midway or Konami or Legacy Games, that would be E3 worthy. But I like where Mike Hawk is right here on this as well. What if they announced, hey, some of those Sega Dreamcast titles that we've been waiting for from other companies are coming to the iiRcade? Now, wouldn't that be sweet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're the most powerful home arcade on the market. Show your power.
Scott says iiRcade does have one timed exclusive coming out. That's true. So Robo Blaster, that's going to be exclusive to iiRcade. That's not a big secret.
I do hope it's just a new form factor where they've just expanded on it and put like a lighted marquee on top of the already existing cabinet. So it'll be like on The Simpsons, Malibu Stacy with hat, iiRcade with marquee.
Now, here's what's tough about Crazy Taxi is not only do you have to get the license for the game, but all the music. And that makes it tough, right? Because if you can't hear some of those, was it like Offspring songs and stuff in there? Was it the Offspring in that game? Like, no, I don't think any of these companies will be able to get that music. So what? You're going to trade out the music and put in some copyright-free music?
Can you imagine how upset people would be if it was Crazy Taxi with like all the YouTube free music, studio music in it?
Yeah. Brad says, get us something fresh. That's why I hope it's not a pinball machine. We have way too many pinball options as it is. I feel like we're saturated with pinball. So there you go. Yeah, no Offspring, then no Crazy Taxi. I honestly don't think any of these companies are going to do Crazy Taxi, guys, because of the music licensing issue. I just don't see that happening. What else? Oh, man. Are you getting scolded, or is that Scarlett?
Yeah, that's not me. I don't get scolded much anymore.
Devil Waldo, who, by the way, guys, there's a link in the video description below for the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group. Devil Waldo put a picture. Make sure you guys join our Facebook group if you like communicating that way. And he put a picture of his barcade, and his barcade is sick, man. I'm jealous. Fantastic job, Devil Waldo. We really appreciate it. We need a good 3D fighter. Yeah, like Soul Calibur and stuff would be sweet, right? Like, that would be really sweet.
Or Soul Blade.
Soul Blade. I like how I said we're saturated. We have plenty of pinball options. And Juan goes, there's only one option for pinball, AtGames. And as we saw on Michael B. Game Genie's AtGames pinball review, he agrees. Okay, what else? What else would be cool? A TARDIS? Come on, guys.
No, I think a major step up in their software. Like, people have been saying, where's the games? And they just need to come out and say, yeah, here's the games. And it's got to be a combination of new games that will be interesting and kind of surprising to people. And, you know, some more retro titles from companies like maybe Capcom, maybe Midway. That's the kind of stuff that'll make people take notice.
Streets of Rage 4, Street Fighter 5 would be great. Those are all good choices. We need more announcements like the recently announced beat 'em up. So Mayhem Brawler, that's what he's talking about. Mayhem Brawler looks dope.
Yeah.
But that game doesn't come out till August, and hopefully it's as good as it looks, right? Windjammers 2 would be awesome as well. Jong's got a relationship there. So that would be really cool. iiRcade exclusive carpet. I like where you're going with that, Ryan. This carpet is the experience. And Daytona, right? Man, I think iiRcade would make a killer racing cabinet. Light gun cabinet? I don't know. Like, what are you going to use for light gun technology? You know what I mean? Like, it seems easier to me to come up with a steering wheel and pedals than it does a light gun. I don't know why. Am I wrong? Do you think I'm wrong for saying that?
No, light gun's a little bit more complicated unless you're going to work with one of the two big companies like Sinden, or what's that other one that does the other light gun technology like Sinden?
Gun 4 IR or
Gun 4.
Well, it's like Gun Air, but it's spelt 4 IR to make it look funny because it's 4 infrared sensors, right? So
so I mean, like those are the only two options. Anybody that does like a Wii sensor bar and then sticks it on top of the iiRcade, I think that'll work, but people are going to complain about it.
Yeah. Or maybe it'll be like Arcade 1-Up. Bring your own phone. Bring your own steering wheel. All you got to do is plug it in. Bring your own phone to keep score. God, that killing me, Smalls. Killing me, Smalls. There was a Cobra Kai beat 'em up. Could you ever see that being offered? That would be kind of cool. Cobra Kai, the recent game. I saw that at Walmart in the Switch aisle just today, in fact. I've never played it, so I don't know if it's any good or not.
Yeah, I mean, John always says anything is possible, and that's the truth, guys. Anything's possible. You just have to tell the man what you want. Like, he was on a stream with me, and I said, hey, go check out, what's the company that does Data East? What were they? Gmode. I said, go check out Gmode. And then we had a video there a couple weeks ago where he had like 20 Gmode Data East games. So, ask for it, and who knows what'll happen.
Here we go. So the Gun Air isn't a company. All of Gun Air is on GitHub, and you can make the mods yourself, or you could pay him to do it for you, right? But the question is are companies allowed to commercialize that product? You know what I mean? You never know. They might not be allowed to. So I don't know the legality there. Like I said, I haven't even touched one of those guns yet. So looking forward to it, though. I need to place an order for one. Rainwater says, nope, not bring your own steering wheel. It's premium, spared no expense. Stop it, Jeff. Jeff, guys, don't listen to Jeff Rainwater. Don't listen to him.
He knows nothing. Nothing.
Jeff Rainwater is like the Jon Snow of iiRcade. You know nothing, Jeff. You don't know what's going on. There you go. Rainwater is trolling. There you go. Kev says he's trolling as well. So yeah, those would be some really cool E3 caliber announcements. Now, obviously, Jong is probably going to keep this one super close to his chest, right? Like, he wants to have a big reveal at E3. So I'm sure there's people out there who's going to be like, oh, the YouTubers know. The YouTubers know. Guys, I asked Jong. He wouldn't tell me. He said, I'm not telling you. So there you go, guys. E3 iiRcade is going to happen.
John, right, PDubs, let's just tell them.
All right, here it is.
So what they're doing is iiRcade are releasing their own giant joystick. The iiRcade giant joystick.
God, that thing. Farty. Why do they call it Farty Mario? What is that? Sir Loveday?
Oh, there's a scene. There's a scene where the mermaid is there and he's admiring her lungs, which are not her lungs. And then all of a sudden he can't control it anymore and he farts. Brad O'Connell shared it on Facebook earlier.
Yeah. Too funny. Too funny. So that's fantastic, according to Adam. So another thing iiRcade related, guys, is a week or two ago, I had reviewed some products from Uplay Arcade, these iiRcade accessories. I was sent about 6 items, and I gave 4 of the items a positive review. 2 of the items I gave I don't think it's worth it kind of review. And unfortunately, Mike, it seems the owner of Uplay Arcade is upset with me in these little Facebook groups because I gave him a fair review on his products, which I don't understand. So I think if you're going to put yourself out there to create, distribute, sell products, create a company, create a website, people are going to review them. And if you don't like the reviews, not my problem. Make a better product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also respect the fact that reviewers have opinions, right? And I don't make commercials on my channel, Mike. I don't make, hey, I reviewed a product and here's the information on the product. Have a good day. I say, here's my opinion. I like this. I don't like this. I do every product I review from every company. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't. I assume people subscribe to my channel and tune in because they want to hear, do I like this product or do I not like this product? Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Because that's the way I've been doing reviews for the last year and a half. So, if you don't like the reviews, my apologies, man. My apologies. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the bad with the good. And what's interesting is I did say 4 of the products were really good. and I would recommend them. Only 2 of them. And then I'm seeing comments like, "Oh, he only said those were bad just to say something bad about the product. He only said that because just to say something negative." No, that thought it was a waste of money or not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So sorry, guys. But what I can tell you this, guys, is when it comes to product reviews, I'll keep doing what I've been doing the last year and a half, guys. If I like something, I'll tell you. If I don't like something, I'll tell you. And whether or not my opinion means diddly to you, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right, Mike? I mean, it's not my.
Yeah.
You don't. And what do I always tell people as well, Mike? Don't just listen to one review. Watch multiple reviews. Don't just listen to one guy. You know what I mean? So, anyway, so that really upset me that kind of garbage was going on.
So what happened exactly? Did he reach out to you?
No, just comments I saw in social media forums, which is weird too, because guys, here's a little bit of behind the scenes is I did message the owner of that company behind the scenes and said, "Hey, just so you know, the review is coming out tomorrow. And out of the 6 items that you sent me, 4 of them I gave a positive review and 2 of them I did not." I gave him a heads up before the video was posted, right? And then I post the video and he's going banana sandwich because, I don't know. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it.
It's a tough one. I mean, people expect like a positive review because they sent you something, and they're not the kind of people you want to work with. Your integrity means much more than getting sent stuff. So I'm sorry to the dude, but if you didn't like it, thank you for being honest and coming out and giving a good review. You didn't even have to contact them, right? Yeah. Like usually, I'll give an example. Like Glenn has sent me stuff in the past, and if I have any questions, I'll ask him about it because Glenn's a good dude and I want to know the reason before I say this works or this doesn't work. That'd be about it. I don't tell him, "Hey, man, I noticed this. I'm not going to say it in my review," because that's bullshit. I would ask him. I'd be like, "Hey, Glenn, I noticed this is happening. Is there some reason for that?"
Yeah. And what's funny too is when I let him know, like, "Hey, my review is going to be published tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
There's 4 things I liked, 2 things I didn't, but I gave you a fair review." That was literally my message. I could even screenshot it and send it to you. He's like, "Okay, thank you so much." You know what I mean? And then I post my review comes out and he's all up in arms, man. It's a shame. It's a shame. So, if you're going to create a business and expect people to review your products, if they give you a bad review, you gotta take the bad with the good. You know what I mean? And I gave a lot of good. In fact, I gave more good than bad. So I don't get it. Where did I go wrong? You know what I mean, Michael B? All I did was make a review video. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Let's get them.
No, it's fine. What if he responded, "Can you review the 4 you liked and not the other 2? Would you have done that?" No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, AtGames firmware is dropping. So that's the build your own marquees firmware, guys. Yep. So make sure you guys check that out if you want to build those. So, but this is why I was telling you, Mike, and I was telling my audience and like my members, like they're the people who join the channel. We have a members only stream. I was telling them, I'm like, these Facebook groups are just getting out of control. You know what I mean? Like if a YouTuber says they like something, they're called a fanboy or a sellout, or they're getting paid to do it. Yeah. If they say they don't like something, they're a hater, and how dare they? You know what I mean? Like it's getting to the point, Mike. It's getting to the point, Mike, where we just simply cannot comment in social media platforms anymore. You know what I mean? We should just stick to our channels.
I'm lucky that I'm not considered to be in the echelon of you and Cool Toy and those guys, so I can still get away with it, I think. And I don't care. Someone commented on one of my videos there a while ago and said, "Wow, man, you should be careful or people are going to think that you're on the payroll for Arcade 1-Up or something." The funny thing was, it was my chillin' chat talking about which is better, the AtGames Legends pinball or the Arcade 1-Up pinball. And I was pretty negative towards the Arcade 1-Up pinball on that video. And then he's telling me I'm on the payroll for Arcade 1-Up. I was like, this is wild.
Yeah, we get a lot of that too. Because which is interesting is, what was it about? Geez, man, it was almost a year ago. Was it a year ago that we hosted Legend Center? Me and the Tech Buzz?
Yeah.
So literally, guys, we were contracted to host a show. You know what I mean? Just like a journalist in front of a camera on the 10 o'clock news, right? That guy's contracted to read the teleprompter, you know what I mean? And deliver the news, right? Like that's it, right? And then, but then everyone's like, oh, he's a sellout, he's a sellout, he's a sellout, he's a sellout, he's a sellout. Like we kept getting that feedback and still some of it today. And it's like, guys, I did 12 episodes and then I went back to doing my channel. You know what I mean? Like, what did we do wrong? We didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
And like I'm lucky enough, I'm an influencer for AtGames, and I can tell you right now, they don't interfere with your video, your opinion at all. Like even in the, I just did an AtGames Legends pinball review. I talked very negatively about the size of the cabinet and about the exciters and the haptic feedback. And they were still like, great review. Thank you for doing such a good job. And I was like, oh, okay, well, cool. You know, they take good constructive feedback. They're not interfering. Yeah. So like anybody's comment to like, oh, you're a sellout for doing that stuff at AtGames. There's zero expectations, man. Like they don't care. They just, you know,
it's cancel culture, man. There's too much cancel culture going around. It's ridiculous. And then also, you know, what's funny too, is like, even when I made my Arcade 1-Up Midway Legacy review video.
Yeah.
Now, during that video, I said, here's all the great things about the cabinet. Even put together this beautiful, exciting highlight reel, the first minute of the video showing off the cabinet. Well, guess what, guys? Arcade 1-Up sent me a tweet after it and said, thanks so much for the review, PDubs. We greatly appreciate it. And in that review, I specifically pointed out, here's like 5 or 6 things that need improved. 1, you can't see the screen if you're standing in front of it, or blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So these companies will take the bad with the good, right? You know what I mean? And if I review a product and say, I got a bag of 6 items, and 4 of them are good, and 2 of them, just in my own humble opinion, aren't so great, well, then the response should have been, thanks so much. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? And move on with your life. You know what I mean?
You know what I love about you?
What?
You're legit.
Oh, stop it. Brad always says that, and he's just cracking me up. So, but yeah, guys, I'm not changing my style. I'll keep reviewing products, and I tell you, and you know what? Just because I don't like something, like I don't like the spinner on the Atari Legacy cabinet, does that make me a horrible human being? No, it means I don't like the spinner on the cabinet, right? You might like the spinner. What do you think of the spinner, Mike? Do you like the spinner?
Yeah, I like the spinner, but the first thing I said was it's not as good as the one on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. I've never used Glenn's, so I can't compare it to that, but the spinner works. It plays Tempest really well. Yeah. It's very precise for putting your initials in. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, so but just because I don't like it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everyone's too sensitive. Even I'm getting sensitive about other people being sensitive. Look at that, Mike. I love what Devil rolled over here. I'm being sensitive because other people are being sensitive. And now we completely lost all train of thought and progress.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the best streams ever. This is not supposed to, not everything needs to be very professional, very produced. Sometimes you just hang. You hang with the people, you hang with your buddies, and you just have fun. And sometimes you have championship belts in the back, and I'll wrestle you.
Oh my God, you're so funny. But what I'm excited about, Mike, is that E3 is upon us. And what we thought was simply going to be an Arcade 1-Up show, it does appear all the companies are going to have something to say. MBSX, iiRcade, and potentially AtGames. Now, are they part of the actual E3 streams? No, they're not. But it sounds like they'll be making announcements of their own. I'm assuming Jong will have his normal live stream schedule the week of E3, and that'll probably be his E3 announcements, right? So.
So if you want the real skinny, I think Jong will be there, and Jong's information is going to be software-based, partnerships, and new games. That's what we're going to get from Jong. AtGames, I think you'll get some updates for ArcadeNet, maybe some new partnerships there. And I think that there might possibly be a new form factor for an arcade cabinet or a new peripheral that'll be coming out. Well Played are on the monorail halfway to Ogdenville and New Haven Brook on their Carnival model, so they won't be there. Arcade 1-Up are going to release the cabinets that were leaked and maybe a couple more surprises. And I heard there's this other small company coming out, Nintendo, so Nintendo might have something there too.
These people are being so mean to Well Played. Well Played is going to be grilling the hot dogs. Well Played is going to be there parking everyone's cars. and all that stuff. Whatever happened to Toy Shock? Well, Toy Shock had what's going on there? The new boards are coming out. The new products will be here in June. So the new products should be arriving any week now.
So a lot of people are getting pretty excited because Sega have taken a pretty high level partnership for E3.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you got time to talk about that, Dubs. You want to get off arcades and talk a little bit about the rest of E3, or is that too much for you?
Well, we can do that on another show. People tuned in to hear iiRcade stuff. I didn't put all that other stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. But so yeah, because my mom's procedure is going to be tomorrow, guys, there's a good chance we won't do Super Gamer and Dudes tomorrow, right? Not unless if they do the procedure early in the morning and she's fine and she's stable, and by tomorrow night I'm free to do the stream. But I mean, if there's an issue or if the procedure's late or anything else, I'll just be canceling the show. So don't expect a Super Gamer and Dudes show tomorrow, guys, because Mom comes first. And we'll just figure all that out. Or maybe you guys could do the show without me. You guys don't need me there. You guys could do the show without me. Have Nostalgia lead the show. I think Nostalgia could do it, right?
Do you not think I'm capable? Is this an indictment towards my skills and abilities?
No. I know you could, but could we get Nostalgia to be like the lead host for an episode?
It would just be him on camera. He'd have me and Carl down the side really low, and he'd just be fixing his hair, being like, how's that look? Does that look okay?
You guys are hilarious. Oh, you guys are so funny. John D's gonna pop out of a cake during the halftime at E3. I wouldn't be surprised. There you go. You guys are hilarious.
So yeah, I'm excited to see if we're just gonna talk about iiRcade. I'm excited to see what they have coming up in store. Jung is so passionate; he loves this stuff, and I know he's balls to the wall trying to get stuff on this cabinet. So I'm excited. I think that he'll pull something big off for E3. If not, we're putting pressure on him right now.
19K Fox says hairstyle is important. Well, guys, we're just teasing. We love Steven. We love Nostalgia. We tease him. But he does, guys, before we go live, he does take his hat off a lot, flip his hair, and put his hat back on.
And we ask us about it. And we're like, dude, like look at me. Does it look like I comb my hair?
Oh, my goodness. That's too funny. All right, guys, do us a favor, guys. Make sure you, I don't know. we don't know for sure what we have coming up. So yeah, just subscribe to the channels and stay tuned and all that good stuff. But yes, very exciting, guys, that we're going to have a lot of arcade and gaming news from all these companies. We really thought it was only going to be one, and it looks like everyone's got something to say the week of E3, and that gets me hyped. So who knows what MVSX, AtGames, iiRcade, and Arcade 1-Up are going to bring to the table, because even with all those Arcade 1-Up leaks, I still think there's more that we haven't seen yet, Mike. And
I'll throw something out right now. Do you think any of the stuff that came out was fake, intentionally faked?
I wouldn't be surprised. Do I think I wouldn't? I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to say what I think is fake, but I wouldn't be surprised. What if the whole Babycade is fake?
It could be.
After all that Babycade hype, they have to make that product now. Everybody wants a Babycade.
So is everybody Nostalgia? Because he seems to be the only one who's like $1 million idea.
I think it'll sell. I think grandmas will. I think grandmas will buy it. The question is will the kids actually play it? You know what I mean? So
here's the thing I don't get. Is an arcade, like arcades are so foreign now. Like you'll get like Dave and Buster's and you get like ones in the mall attached to movie theaters, but arcades aren't something that's super huge and appealing even to kids nowadays. They don't really know what it is. So unless grandparents are buying it thinking about their youth, how many kids are actually going to walk by that in the store, see it and be like, oh man, I really need an arcade cabinet. Do they even know what it is? Like my daughter wouldn't if I didn't have an arcade in the basement.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. They'd be like, what is this? I don't get it. Macintosh, I'm assuming he means David Macintosh, owned the leaks on Twitter. If he did, I missed those tweets. We'll have to go take a look later.
I might be going live on somebody else's Facebook or YouTube yet. Who knows?
There you go. Scott says he thinks the babycade is think. It would be too big of a risk for Arcade 1-Up. I can respect that feedback. I'm starting to honestly think the babykades are fake. Like, I really think they're fake now at this point. Thanks so much, guys, for the wishes for my mom. I really appreciate it, guys. My son had no choice but to learn the ways of the arcade. Can you imagine if in his house there was like a dojo and he's like, today you will learn burger time. And you guys did great, guys. The guys in the live chat making jokes, making me laugh. Michael B., you guys did a great job keeping me cheered up. Even though I went off the rails a bit, which honestly, I'm probably more upset about that stuff than stuff happening on social media. So my apologies to you, Play Arcade, but I was just kind of shocked at the amount of hazing there. So why make a babycade if you have countercades? Like, wouldn't you consider the countercades the babycade, especially the new ones? I mean, they're itty bitty. You know what I mean? They're itty bitty. Oh well. All right, Michael B. We've held them hostage long enough. You guys are awesome. Make sure you subscribe to Michael B. Subscribe to PDubs. Make sure you join our Facebook group. Also subscribe to the Super Game Room Dudes YouTube channel. You guys know the drill. Get her done. All that good stuff. And we may or may not see you guys this weekend. We'll see. But definitely the week of E3, there'll be lots of coverage, I'm sure, about all these companies. So you guys have a fantastic day. And maybe I'll find more rare toys in Tennessee where the store shelves are filled. You guys have a great day. Have a good night.